Welcome to GoTigersGo.com. This is a post-game interview with April Howdeggy. The Tigers a successful day to open the Memphis Invitational. Coach, I know wins against Nichols and an open against Louisiana Monroe. We'll start with the early game. I know that was a game that there was a little more struggle perhaps for you guys. I think something over 20 lead changes and ties in that game. It was back and forth. How did it feel just watching that one from the bench and seeing the way your girls pulled through?
Well, I mean, we had an amazing atmosphere, which was great. It was a ton of fun. We had the campus school here, and you know, always when it's your first home game, sometimes there's some jitters. I mean, we legitimately have 4, 5, 6 new players that have never played here in the Elmer Fieldhouse. So glad to get the win. I thought our team battled back when we were behind, so I was happy to see that too.
The nightcap, I think, a little bit easier against Nichols, but certainly somebody who stood out, I think, in both of those, Kelsey Bivens, who is new to this team, though not new to the college volleyball ranks. I think as a junior, maybe a little more experienced than some of the freshmen that have come in and played some time. But how do you feel like she performed just today for you guys?
Yeah, she's starting to really come along for us, and you know, our feedback to her is be able to keep putting it together for set after set after set, because we're kind of giving her a bigger load to bear offensively. But I mean, she is a phenomenal player. You know, she was a junior college All-American, Conference Player of the Year, so we do expect a lot from her. But I think all of our players are starting to come along, and hopefully this weekend is what we wanted to just feel really good going into conference play next week.
Certainly looked good today. We're here with April Howdeggy after the Tigers' first day sweep at the Memphis Invitational. I know you had a bunch of freshmen out there, and it's not going to be Captain Lily or Summer Morgan walking through that door later on in this year. Just what are your expectations like based on what you're hoping to see from the freshmen like a Hannah Flowers or like some of the others who have been out there and played pretty well early on?
Just progress and growth. We're gonna have some dents and some lumps along the way and growing pains, and that's understandable. But as long as they're trying to process information and bounce back quickly, I mean, obviously they're very talented. That's why they're on the court. We felt really good about this recruiting class. So where sometimes we take some lumps because we're young, you know, down the road we know this is going to pay off dividends because you're getting valuable experience early.
I think those, and also the development of the Sarah Marlitz, the Natalie Zetalanos, who haven't had kind of the time on the court as well in years previous. It really shows that they were always there. They just couldn't get any time because of the veterans who were ahead of them. So far, is that kind of what you expected?
Yes, and I think Natalie redshirted last year because she was sitting behind, you know, some senior outsides, and she really had a great spring and put in the work this summer. You know, Sarah's been working hard for 2 straight years and getting some good opportunities. And you know, unfortunately, we had a little injury today, but you know, Kyla Glasper came in and that joined our program in the spring and was just able to help be solid for this match while we tried to regroup.
You talk about an injury. Obviously, the last time you guys faced UT Martin, they were without one of their more solid players. You'll see them again tomorrow morning, either with or without that player. We're not really sure maybe at this moment, but just in terms of the way you guys handled them the first time, are there some things that you know you want to work on tomorrow when you see the Skyhawks?
Yeah, they have a really good middle, number 12, that does some damage, doesn't matter who she plays. And, you know, they're going to be fired up to play us. You know, we'll watch them here in a little bit to see if they're doing anything new. I think that outside of theirs is probably still out, but they've had some time to regroup in the last 2 weeks. But they're always a fun team to play against. They compete hard and play hard every point.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
That's April Howdeggy. Tigers have one more tomorrow in the Memphis Invitational, 10 o'clock at Elmer Fieldhouse against UT Martin.